Hebrew. Hi Muto, good to have you here. How are you? Hope this is going. How are we doing today? I'll be real with you, I've totally forgot that today is Easter. There we go. All links sent. I'm good, just tired. How are you doing today? It's Easter and 420 here. I've woke up almost at 2 p.m. So I've just woke up, took a quick shower and made myself coffee, and here we are. Yeah. Well, I'm going to recompensate the lost time in no sleeping this time, because I have to switch to the morning shifts, so I'm just going to, you know, fall asleep at God knows what time. But I'm not going to sleep definitely, so I'm going to have, you know, more room on working on stuff, so that's that. And what we are going to do today, we are sketching, we are definitely sketching. So basically you can see that I've done some works from those, actually, right? That I'll show you later. So basically I'm slowly drawing this illustration, and you can see actually how much I'm going into that shit. Simply by making a lot of like planning and stuff, and this is actually something that is quite crucial. So yeah, it's definitely a bit difficult to try and make an easy comprehension of exactly this entire room supposed to look like, but we've got it. And now it's a matter of, you know, making a correct sketch, because now the body of the character is now in proper position, because I've made the guidelines, right? Those are the guidelines, by the way. This is something that almost every very advanced artist is using for illustrations and much more. Generally, it's all about like creating pseudo 3D space onto the plane, and this is actually the best one, because like it shows how things are bringing in to one certain point, right? So this is the point where the character is going to be brought in, and you can see that the entire character is falling into that point, right? And it's called varnishing point because the closer something is to that, it gets smaller and less detailed, so it vanishes. Generally it vanishes. That's why hence the name. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of work on that one, genuinely. Although I'm not planning to do much, I'm planning actually on working on this ring. Like, as I've mentioned, I want it to be like a hole that with like light on the rim that is falling into that hole, and then we are going to have this little dope. And I'm thinking about making rest of the entire thing like very, very dark. Like, up to this point, everything should be like black or something like this. So I'm now, you know, just pondering. I'm just pondering the entire thing here. I feel like it's not. Yeah, it's definitely not. Not this. So yeah, how have you been? How have you been? Actually, I haven't ate anything yet, so sorry if this stream might be also shorter. I'm going to have, like, for example, tomorrow I'm going to wake up. I'm going to probably make the stream to make a longer stream. I'm going to probably end up walking out my doggo, taking a coffee and making this longer stream that we've had, you know, that one of those early morning streams. So yeah, what to do from sketches? Actually, yeah, let's sketch out the characters. Let's make the plan for them, because actually I want to make one of those characters here. So I'm dropping our base here. So we have one male, one female, and one insectoid. So we're going to start with we are going to start with just turnarounds, and later on we're going to add heads. Okay, so let's start. We're going to draw Lilith first. She is a succubus vampire. So I want her to have a long face. Rather long head. Of course, I hate drawing things in symmetry, so I'm going to use a trick. I don't know, I just can't get myself to draw something symmetrical. Like, it's something that I've always had issues with. Even though I've been doing all of the tricks that people are giving, how to draw things in symmetry, I've never could have it right. Never. Like, always one side of the head was different than another one. you know, with like how the chin is positioned. I've always had the same problem for eyes, like one eye was different from another. I just simply never could draw things in a perfect symmetry. And actually, for a long time when I was a realism artist, I haven't had to worry about. Hi Anno, glad to be here. How are you? Hope everything is going. I think this is the first night around, so hope you find a comfy corner here. How are you? So yeah, really, I just I don't even know how to necessarily, you know, how I could possibly like explain it. It's just a weird thing that I can't get it. I don't even understand it, right? I'm just going to make a trick there. So now I don't have to worry about having two different skeletons because that's literally the only difference. Yeah. And basically, the main difference is that pelvis of a woman is going to be broader, right? It's going to be wider. And the lines are going to go like this, right? From side to side. While for a man, that's actually a bit specific. For a man, you want to go to the middle, right? Those are your points. And then you're making a line going like this. And that's actually like the main difference. That's an actual main difference for drawing between drawing male and female in anime style. So like guys have those like cadence, right? And you have to take that to the bank, while women's can just, you know, have a cad, like, you know, straight line from side to side, and that's it. Of course, you can do similar thing for a guy, so the body structure is going to seem feminine, right? Hello. Sorry, I can't read Cyrillic, so I can't welcome you properly, but I hope you find a comfy corner here. How are you? Since this is the first thing around, so I hope you find a comfy corner here. What are you drawing? I'm drawing one of the original characters for my game, and actually we're working on characters for my portfolio. We are just sketching. So yeah. So actually, sketching like this is quite it's quite different. It's very specific because those are just sketches. For character art, you have to be aware of making characters in 3D and how to actually push that, you know, third dimension, how to push out those 3D models, and what materials you need. And actually sketches like that are generally just making material for your for your peers that are going to 3D model, right? Well, another effect of me having troubles with making things symmetrical. I'm just going to copy and paste that because today I just don't want to like worry about things like that. There we go. Not today. And actually I can recommend doing things like this more often. It's good to plan how a character is going to look like. Yeah, exactly. As a character artist, because this is what, you know, the portfolio I'm doing for, you know, your job is providing those things to 3D artists, right? Just rev up your job. Of course, like, you can just use normal tools like, you know, copying and pasting the beat, right? And actually, if you make a good base for your character like this, you can actually do other things. By the way, this is also how you are making Vtubers, by the way. You can literally make a Vtuber model this way. So if someone wants to, you can actually see how I'm performing my works on that. And you can literally use the same thing, use the same tricks, use everything the same, and make your own Vtuber model. Especially on, you know, Unfast, right? Because if you are not making 3D model but you want to have live 2D, this is exactly how your model is going to look like. It's just going to be cut into pieces. So, like, breasts are going to be separate parts, yada yada yada. You can find links what parts should be separate on the internet already. There's like a lot of stuff, so you can, if also you want to look into that, go ahead. You have like a lot of resources to learn from, or just, you know, do research on. Dev, I quit my job. What? Do you have like something in exchange? Why did you quit your job? If I can ask, of course, why you make this decision. It is because I'm going to college and I'm finally in a place where I could go without having to worry about money plus job. Was add more weird rules. Okay. Okay, I mean if you're in a place where you don't have to worry about money, that's absolutely brilliant. That's absolutely perfect. Yeah, go to college. I'm now also going to apply for colleges. I'm going to probably tomorrow, you know, I'm going to scan all the documents I need and I'm going to apply to universities. Just remember, even though you are leaving and that they were not good with you, don't burn the bridges. Just try to be as friendly as possible anyway. I didn't have a chance to go to college after high school. I had to work and yeah, I'm still good. Yeah. Hi Notmana, Gatavi here, how are you? Hope everything's going. I think this is the first time around, so hope you find a comfy corner here. How are you? Looks nice so far, thank you. We are just sketching, actually, I'm just sketching the body of female character. I want to have like some kind of a base that I could work on. Like I supposed to draw right away a character, but I thought that hey, maybe if I would draw a base, it would be nice to have, you know, for women. So yeah. Any rough sketches or ideas on what the character might be like? The character's supposed to be a succubus vampire, that's for sure. I want to make her like, to be fair, I don't know what kind of, you know, look I want to give her. To be frank with you. I was thinking like, well, you know, kind of no-brainer design, white hair, red eyes, like circular glasses uh, with red glass color. Maybe dressed in like a fancy, I don't know, dress or something like that. Well, actually, well, yeah, like the actual design, actual idea is not really doing more modern and fantastical or maybe more Victorian style. I would think like more Victorian style. Or maybe, actually, I'm like torn between Victorian and modern style. Like, I don't want to go into like Blade universe, you know, vampire stuff, but it might be actually slightly better. You know, some red, like leather or something like that might be cool. I'll look at your other work, they look great. Thanks, Nomala, thanks. I'm mostly a character artist anyway, so actually illustrations with backgrounds for me kinda look off. The environmental art was never really my strong side. Oh yeah. And what do you like drawing, Notmana? Do you have like your favorite thing to draw? That's something to practice. Okay, so we have the base structure for the female body. To be fair, I wouldn't mind if someone would want to, you know, borrow, like take it for, you know, like learning purposes. I don't like when people are using templates, but I don't mind when people would, for example, take it for as a reference photo. that I wouldn't mind. I sketch on paper pretty old school, pretty girls with long hair. I draw a lot of things I see online and try to replicate the style. Well, I've been a traditional artist myself. Hi Milo, glad to have you here. How are you? Hope everything's going. I think this is the first incident, so hope we find a comfy corner here. How are you? Isn't it? Someday I will try. I do actually not Mala. I have to say, as someone who spent like years of being traditionalist, jump to digital art turned out to be really, you know, really good thing. How's the stream? Actually pretty good, pretty good. We are chilling, sketching, just talking about random topics. And how have your day been going, Milo? Milo? So yeah, definitely one of the best parts of going digital is the amount of money you can save. Imagine all the pencils, all the canvases, papers, sketchbooks, colored pencils, paint, all of it gets closed into one thing that is just perpetual. So all you need to get is just taking the graphic tablet, and you can be sure that the graphic tablet is going to still, you know, give you way more uses, right? It's going to last way longer and be way more like cost effective if you really want to limit how much you're spending on stuff for drawing. Because I have to say, if I would calculate those stuff way earlier, I would probably have my graphic tablet with a digital with a screen way earlier, because I have had like Wacom tablet, like those really small ones, the cheapest ones, and I was drawing on that on digital, and you know, I've just switched to display tablet. Some time after getting my first cheap tablet like that, and that was really one of the best decisions I could think of. Also getting an iPad, like they wanted to give me like that really expensive one, right? Pro, I think. But I've settled with a normal iPad. I think it was like 12 or something like this. iPad 12. I have a box literally behind me, but I can't see the thing. That's a really nice point. I can't say how many times I have lost sketch papers and have things piled up everywhere. True. And I've personally just, you know, just made bunch of like folders, like sketches, illustrations, character design. Everything is like segregated. Everything has it's like archived. I'm throwing things into my hi Herzog, glad to have you here. How are you? Hope everything's going. I think this is the first instance, so hope we find a coffee corner here. How are you? The unused art supplies, yeah, that's true. Although I want to draw, I want to start painting traditionally. I want to come back to it. I've got the acrylic paint markers, I've got acrylic paint, and I've got a sketchbook. So yeah, I'm probably going to try and come back to it, like just to rest a little bit, you know, just for recreational values of doing those things, you know, traditional way. Are they still good? Yeah, like those are like freshly bought, because I haven't had paint. I haven't had acrylic paint in years, so I had to buy new supplies. They're all brand new. Mhm. You don't have Instagram, do you? For your art? No, no. I have Pixiv, but I haven't uploaded there for a while. I might need to update it. Discord? Yeah, I'm posting also my artwork on Discord. Side views are really easy. You don't need to worry about much. Also, I'm thinking about starting uploading my works on Pinterest. Although there's a bunch of AI stuff, and I've noticed that less and less people are visiting that. But still, people who are using Pinterest, they are fighting against it too. And I think Pinterest has a... It also tries to, you know, bring values of its site back, so who knows, maybe I'll try. Actually, I haven't posted much on Pixiv lately. I think I should. Should. There we go. I'm no good at drawing body and dynamic anatomy, only some faces and such. Your anatomy looks nice. Thank you. Actually, I've spent a lot of time reading medical books. It's not really the best way to learn anatomy. A lot of artists who done this say not to bother with that. I can say it too. But I feel like I have some muscle groups that usually are skipped. That might be the effect of using medical books for learning anatomy. But genuinely, what can help you is actually this. This is the construction. And if you look, you can easily measure things. So basically you have cranium, like that's cranium, the ball. Then you have a neck. This is our rib cage, right? The rib cage is 1.5 length of the cranium. Then we have a, you know, shoulder to elbow is the size of your whole body. and then your forearm is in the size of 2/3 of your rib cage. It's like you can calculate all of those things. And since you're a traditional artist, you can take back of your pen, place it like the eraser or the tip of it, and measure with your thumb how big something's supposed to be, right? If you know if you have something to compare it to, and you can place it literally right where it's supposed to be, and just mark it with your two fingers, and you know, just make lines how big something's supposed to be. It's one of the better methods and actually really helps a lot, especially if you don't want to use a ruler or you don't have access to a ruler. But yeah, it's like the anatomy itself is very intuitional. You can really do a lot of stuff with a simple intuition. Like for example, you know, the entire body I'm drawing, right? How long have you been drawing? Almost 20 years. I started when I was 6. And I'm counting since I've started drawing realistic people. I've been drawing my entire life actually. I'm 25. Hi Zaga, glad to have you here. How are you? How's it going? Yeah, that looks good. So yeah, how have it been going, Zaga, for you? Having a good Easter? A huge storm here for the past week or two. Not fun Easter, sadly. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. To be fair, our Easter is better than the one last year. Last year Easter, actually during Easter there was a snowstorm. This year is actually nice and sunny and hot. Do you have plans for Easter? Well, drawing, that's for sure. Keyboard ran out of battery finally. Tomorrow release. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. That's definitely going to be hell of a release. Actually, today I'm going to have a night shift. So I'm like, my plans for Easter is to stream for a while, get ready, and I'm going to work from home to do night shift OT. That's actually nice and sunny and hot, pretty much the opposite of us here. We're heading into a stormy winter. Oof. Yeah, that's more or less how it looked like a year ago. I can only imagine how much it's actually mangling everything up over there. I remember it was snowing so hard that actually we were having a communicate to, like a national communicate not to leave your home because of the weather. That was a crazy one, actually. Wish it snowed here. Oh, you wanna add snow to the collection? I want snow. Nah, not this time around. Like I like snow, but only when it's winter. If it's like already, you know. You're right. No, I don't. Snow plus thunderstorm doesn't seem nice. No, yeah. Exactly. Because that would be a mess. I hate living in the desert. To be fair, I'm very I'm very jealous of you living in the desert. We're going to drop rest of the bomb later. For now. There we go. So this is actually how more or less the you know, drawing for you know 3D artist looks like. How the you know character artists are working out their stuff. So it's just slow and nice process. No, not like that. Drawing is calming, yeah, exactly. It's very therapeutical. I like drawing. I love it. Desert? desert. Yeah, like those American deserts, right? The desert was spelled desert for years and no one corrected me. I mean, it is a correct spelling, but depends which desert we are talking about. Imagine people this whole time thought you were talking about cakes. But you were talking about like sandy dunes and stuff. When I say I want to eat a desert, I don't fancy a mouthful of sun. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just will be sad if the outlines doesn't match in front and back view. Yeah. I was like that, I couldn't spell it correctly. It's weird language to learn, yeah. It has a rule about like where you should put E, like EP should be before like, shouldn't be before I and stuff, but then you have weight and stuff. So like literally English breaks its own rules. And what is C? C? Can you want anywhere explain why flag is spelled like that? Wouldn't spell fire for some reason. My usual example, Pacific Ocean. What is sea? Oh, yeah. Or esophagus. Or why fear of long words is called hippopotamonstrosesque pedalophobia. Like, why? Like, I swear that was like made to fuck with people. I have a... Can you imagine the act of describing a fear of spiders being to throw a spider at someone? No. That's diabolical, I swear. C could also be S, that's why. Yeah, but it can also be K. Pacific. You literally have like Pacific Ocean. You literally have all uses of C in one sentence. BS2, yeah. That's the weirdest part in English. Like, one of the more difficult things for me though was getting rid of the accent. Because I don't have like typical Slavic accent that a lot of Poles have. Greenland is full of ice and Iceland is green, explain that. That's actually something that I can explain. So basically Greenland was called Greenland because Vikings went there during the summer season and they've moved on to Iceland, but they've arrived there already during the winter season. So Greenland was called Greenland because when they've arrived there during that month or two of summer, it was perfect, like a green, really beautiful island. While Iceland was actually during the winter time and there was everywhere snow and ice. So Vikings named them accordingly, but they didn't took to the bank the idea that there are like seasons. So that's actually really cool fact why those places were named like this. But yeah, the fact that is, thank you, you learn something every day. Yeah. My first language is not English, so I'm not a good teacher for English. Same. But I also feel like I couldn't teach anyone Polish. I can talk about like Polish words, but I would never be able to teach someone Polish. Okay, so we have our base. We have our base for the character, for a female. We need 2 females. Well, what's your first? Plus having slacks, it didn't help. Oof. That's like absolute hell. That's like utter hell for learning languages. Spanish. Oh no, Muto can actually throw English or Spanish at someone. That's bueno. Okay, so let's start designing the character itself. We've got the we've sketched out the base. Do you think the person who came up with pneumono ultra microscopic silicovolcanoconiosis to describe a lung disease caused by inhaling very fine silicate did it on purpose? Yes. Actually, if you translate the name, it's literally one long ass word describing exactly that. It's literally called a pneumonic disease from inhaling microscopic silica powder. It's yeah, it's already hard to breathe. My parents are from Mexico. Ooh, that's nice, Buto, that's nice. A nice sketch base, by the way. Thank you, thank you. To be fair, like, here, if someone wants it, like, go ahead, you can make a screenshot. Like, to be fair, Polish tongue twisters are, like, I think like English tongue twisters are actual words, like things that were actually done for things that were actually named, right? Also, I don't know why, but English has a lot of like Latin names. Why? Why using Latin names? Like, everyone around the world doesn't do that. Like, straight up, like a lot of medical stuff, or yeah, like mostly medical stuff, but also like names for the trees. Like, yeah, there's like birch, but people who are like actually going to name the birch, because like birch is, for them, is like family. Over here, birch is a birch. Nobody gives them what kind of birch that is. Like, yeah. So I see my notes for Lilith, and she's supposed to have a... I have to decode what I've had in mind. I wrote it during a night shift, and I was like very sleep deprived. A fluid dress from out of shadows. So I assume like one of those pieces of clothing that are literally like flowing like actual water, and that is like binding stuff around. Possibly. Her ability is draining life, so I believe we need to add something there. I like the first sketch design. I want to give her those like derpy eyes, like those unhinged anime girls. Googly eyes, yeah, imagine. Crazy eyes, yeah. We'll have a huge forehead. True. Do you prefer to draw women or men? I always prefer drawing pretty women. Same, I always prefer drawing women. It's easier for some reason, yeah. Even though women's are more difficult to draw than men, for me, drawing women was always easier. That's why actually a lot of my artworks are women, specifically. We just like drawing the opposite sex. I mean, to be fair, when I was younger, I had no problems drawing men. You do this on different layer, the perspective to preserve the template, right? Yep. Yep, I do. I'm preserving the template. I can send it if someone wants it. See? It's a totally different layer. You know, I made so many of these. Yeah. Do you want mine? Do you want me to send it to you? I can actually just save it and send you a DM right now. Now I'm already committed with one of mine. I see. Perfect. Yeah, I'm actually going to preserve the template. It's going to be easier later on to draw stuff. Also, I do less realistic proportions. I see. When I was younger, I used to draw a lot of women, but now I like drawing males. So I guess it's like we're always starting and prefer drawing the same sex, and later it kind of just changes for some reason. To be fair, it's not like I don't like drawing guys. My main problem is that they are boring. CSP users are Japanese. Hi, that's glad to have you here. How are your is going? I think this is the first incident, so hope you find a comfy corner here. Well, I'm Polish and I'm using CSP EX 4.0, so not all users. Dave is the secret Japanese spy pretending to be Polish. I just drew girls and ponies growing up. I mean, that's cool. That's a nice start, to be fair. What a twist, yeah. And he secretly wears pants too. Come on. I am not beating the no pants allegations. We were so close. Yeah. So close. Tommy drawing hard, yeah. Tommy, I mean, the moment you actually get a hold on how big something's supposed to be, like, or how to compare portions of your body, it's not necessarily as hard. Like, for example, the, arms, how long they're supposed to be based on, like, the size of your rib cage and stuff. Like, all of that is pretty much understandable. The head needs to be slightly to the side. Well, I've messed up. There we go. Yeah. So, dress made out of shadows. Your mic voice not clear. Oh, is it? I thought... Wait. I need to check because... Low sound. I see, I see. How about now? I'm one notch higher. What did fine? Sounds good on my end. I see. I see, I see. So. I'm thinking about giving her like actually instead of a dress like a tuxedo kind of thing, but with a pencil dress, like a teacher. Skirt, not dress. We can find Shadow Dress references. World of Darkness has a clan called La Sombra, the Shadow Lol. And they have a ton of artworks, I see. Oh, that's fun, yeah. So let's get into that part first, just to make, you know, the color and usually when I have a base like that, I'm already drawing the clothing on the character instead of drawing the rest of the character first, you know, in a bit more fleshed out version. I just prefer to have everything, you know, done right away. I'm thinking about giving her like a mistress feel. I sketched out all of intricate hair once, then realized the clothes would just cover it all sometimes, yeah. That's why I prefer not to draw like any body details when I'm about to design the clothing, you know. Just in case, so it wouldn't, you know, appear that I'm wasting my time. Because that's something that a lot of artists are struggling with. A lot of them are wasting time on details that later on are turning out to be invisible. Are you doing this deliberately for 3D ref? No, I'm doing this for turnaround for my portfolio. Because I need turnarounds, 3 turnarounds for characters. We're going to also add like emoticons, like emotes for the characters, like you know, happy or you know, sad or angry. Of course, she's supposed to be a succubus, so I have to figure out how to underline the sexual what? The I don't know how to put it in words. The succubus side. Those are fun, yeah. I've been doing turnarounds already, all of them, but either I have them on my PC and I can't share them, or I've lost those that I can share. Sexuality aspect, yes. Thank you, non. Thank you. There's some things for 3D, like if you want to make something asymmetric, like a diagonal dress, then the underlying form must be symmetric. Because the 3D modeler will do it with mirror modifier no matter what. I see. So yeah, like we need to add some sexy stuff here. I hate it. I hate when I have those violent sneezing, because I can't mute myself in time. And everything hurts later on. Jesus Christ, I hate it. Like every single piece of my muscle is starting to ache. Thanks. Don't hold it back. I'm not trying to. It's just going out as it's supposed to. I hate sneezing fits, yeah. I get headaches when I sneeze. Damn. That's like, that has to be a problem. Like that has to be problematic, especially when you, for example, have like an allergy or something. Like when it's out of pollen. That's like headaches for days. Luckily I don't, oof. Yeah. Harsh sneezing can cause aneurysm. Yeah. That's why you don't hold back. Yeah. The thing is that I don't hold it back. It's just going all out. Unless you have you had aphantasia. What's that? That's the thing people are born with. Generally, I'm not capable for any kind of imagination. I can't see images in my head, so to say. So I have no imagination whatsoever. And ironically, I've become an artist. And surprisingly, a lot of artists have it. They just had no idea that for a long time that something like this even exists. Aphantasia was discovered in 2016 or something like that. How interesting. Does it make art harder or easier for you? Like, it's difficult to get ideas. Like, it's actually difficult to get ideas. It was very difficult for me to figure out how something's supposed to be placed in 3D space. Like those, you know, like the construction I've shown you before. No, until you can compare the two. Yeah, that's kinda, yeah. But it's more or less easier to explain, considering it's more or less easier for someone without imagination to say, because like a lot of artists, for example, are, oh, I've just had a brilliant idea, and they're starting to draw. Like those ideas for artworks are coming from the imagination. Meanwhile, I have to figure out a description, book-like description, to actually figure out how something's supposed to look like and what kind of illustration I want. And I have to work with description only. So considering, like, for example, to make commissions or work with only, you know, in exchange for that, I'm, for example, really good in making commissions because I can work with only descriptions, because I've kind of learned how to do that, you know, naturally. But in exchange, he's immune to naked grandma. Yes. Quickly, don't think about naked grandmas. Everyone is like, ah. No, don't. Weird, yeah. I imagine a hot one. Oof. Like the granny from Dandadan. I don't know why did they make her so hot. It's like sour lemon taste. Yeah. Really nice and rich kill. No. No, no, no. I mean, there are some. Whatever you're into. Salma Hayek is like 16, looks good. Who's Salma Hayek? Who that? She looks like she has a corset. Yeah, I kinda wanted to go for it. For the feel. She's an actress, I see. I don't watch much movies, so... I barely watch any anime. Recently, again. She was in Spy Kids? No idea. Okay. There's a new Hatsune Miku movie I'm gonna go see in a few weeks. Excited. I have to look it up, like... Wait, Hatsune Miku had movies? New one. The new one so far, I'm pretty sure. I see. Okay, that's why I've never heard of Hatsune Miku movies. I might want to look it up. I was a sucker for Vocaloid. She's only ever cameoed in other shows. You're right, she's never had a movie before. You like Vocaloid? Subscribe. Yeah, I've actually even had the software used for making Vocaloids. I had a couple voice banks. It was cool. It was really cool. Who's your favorite? G. I really liked Rin and Ren. They've had a lot of songs that I really liked. Miku, of course. Kaito. Not sure about Kaito. He also had some songs that I liked, but I've never really, I've never really figured out if I like him or not. Basic? Yeah, I'm a basic bitch. But Megumin had some really nice songs too. Right, Megumin? The pink-haired one? Oh no, now it's going to turn out that I'm fake fan. No, I don't like, not like this. I don't want to go like this. Luca, there you go. Yeah. I literally didn't. I reminded myself the moment your message appeared. She was Luca. Megumin, I think, was the green-haired one. She was singing Matryoshka. Yeah. There was Megumin and and the Miko. There you go. I'm saved. Explosion sounds from the background. Ah. And disappears. Oh yeah, Gumi. Gumi Megumi. Her original name, I think, was Megumi, but people started to shorten her name to Gumi. Sakaida. She sang all the messed up songs, yeah. Did I just get Worldy's mind? Oh no! No! Hatsune Miku does not like British people. Second. Bro, that's absolutely perfect. Vocaloid recall, yeah. I still remember people going crazy for that. I really like that. I really like that Rin and Ren. Hi Golden, glad to be here. How are you? Hope everyone's going. Hi. I really liked Happy Easter. Hey, Happy Easter to you too. So I really liked the thing that Rin and Ren were usually taking part in ballads or just like musical stories. Like for example, you know, that folk group that is singing Harpy Hair, like that. Rin and Ren had a lot of songs in this peculiar style. My favorite song of Kagami Twin is Trick and Treat. It's so underrated and I loved it growing up. Their part in Alice of Human Sacrifice is amazing too. True. Both songs are really cool. I really liked Alice of Human Sacrifice myself. Mine is Amatsuki because he sometimes sounds like Japanese Elmo. Japanese Elmo. I want the garter belts clamps to be like circular, actually like oval shape. I feel like oval and circles are going to be like very crucial. Happy synthesizer was my favorite. Do you know what Project Sekai is? No, I don't. First time hearing that. Ask and Funnel are also good. I haven't heard Ask. I think Funnel. I think I've seen Funnel once. Like here in Poland we had a very specific roster, especially for the characters. Like generally the characters were like that were here very popular here in Poland, and generally like, you know, what people were listening to was Miku, Luka, Kagamine, Twins, and Kaito, and Megumin just a little bit in some songs, but that was it. That was Meiko crying in the corner hearing you say that. Yeah. Imagine we are now talking about Vocaloid and stuff, and meanwhile YouTube literally is going to start like throwing Vocaloid songs at me. Literally, I was talking about ghosts and true crime at certain point. I think this week still. About true crime for sure, but literally after I've ended the stream I've got like 6 or 7 videos about ghost hunting and true crime stuff. I mean, I rather Vocaloid than other things. At least it's something I might be interested in. He's always listening, yeah. Same like Amazon, right? And Google Assistant and stuff. Who's on tinfoil hat? Yeah, I mean, a lot of people might say like that there's a lot of Vocaloid, yeah. Like they were growing the voice banks like a lot. Yeah, a lot of people might say that this is a conspiracy theory, but I've experienced that personally several times. I was talking about something and I was literally starting to get ads about things I've been talking about. I wasn't googling those things at all. I've just had a talk with someone about specific like product. I think it was Lego or something like that. and I started to get Lego advertisements, even though I've never googled anything Lego connected. And I was 100% sure that I've never had anything Lego connected. I was talking about my dog with my mom, and I was actually getting ads targeted for dogs. I mean, like, for dog people, right? Like, the dog stuff, like toys, meds, and stuff. There's a certain aspect of confirmation bias, but I too am entirely convinced they are listening. Yeah, like, you know, like, it might. I mean, theoretically, a lot of people already done this experiment where they've had like fresh PC, nothing Googled out, like history refreshed, like brand new, like fresh system installed, and they've just plugged in the microphone and started talking about certain topic for like 15 minutes, and they were starting to get like everywhere advertisements about that specific thing. It might be like a huge coincidence, but or like really good like way to manipulate stuff, like video manipulation. But I have to say, it's like, I don't know, it's really weird to look at. They have enough data to build a profile and already know what you will talk about tomorrow. True. But multiple times, yeah. Tinfoil hats on. Yeah. I mean, theoretically, yeah. We're already like, all of us were already like taken, like analyzed thoroughly. I doubt they need those cookies anymore. Like, at this point we are like purely in, at this point we are purely in this entire thing. They could make androids with our personalities based on everything we've googled and done and talked about. But the funny thing is that a lot of people are, for example, making jokes about building a bomb or bombing something, and like next day they are getting raided by people. There's a thing where you watch something on Instagram Reels and come onto YouTube to research it further, and it autofills your search. Yeah, it's pretty much because a large amount of people who saw the same reel as you came to search it up at the same time, and the algorithm detects it. Not much mind reading, like some people think. Yeah. Became pointless for tracking. If you have IPv6 address because it's unique, yeah. They can track you without storing the data ID on your side. Exactly. So I don't know why there's still like boom for cookies. Oh, this site is using cookies to track your something. Like, come on. Your activities on the site. Boo-hoo. It's easier with cookies. But on the other hand, like, they've already gathered so much data on us. Do they really need cookies at this point? Like, is it actually needed? And we need it for a lot of stuff, like keeping users logged in. Okay, yeah, cookies can actually help with keeping users logged and stuff. This is why you pay your white hats better. People will protect you as long as we are paid. Yeah. There's literally service that is allowing you to erase data, and they are earning money. And I'm not sure if it's true that they are getting rid of those data, but they are actually they are advertising themselves as, you know, as such. Are you a white hat though? Yeah, mostly. Wait, a white hat? What is a white hat? First time learning about this. Mostly. I don't think we have white hat thing. A good hacker. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Person who's doing lawful cybersecurity jobs. I see. That's really good. That's really fantastic. Being at PT and CH myself, worked on some grey box pen testing. Met a lot of people. Never met a true white hat. I mean, the bread gotta be earned, you know what I'm saying? One way or another. But on the other hand, can you be a white hat without dabbling in the other stuff? In things less ethical? In the end, it's like, you know, finding on your own, like, looks, and you're literally protecting people from stuff you discover anyway. Of course, after you use it well enough. Well, if you're getting paid and you're doing everything by the book, you're a white hat. Grey hats do good things in questionable ways. Actually, I was always interested in the topic of Anonymous. Like, it seems like it was way too good to be true, of having like just a bunch of, like, God knows how advanced hackers capable to bring a lot of stuff. At this point, I think like this is just a legend, and it's just a bunch of some random people that never even talked with each other using name Anonymous just to, you know, just to remain anonymous. It was like 4-6 smart dudes and hundreds of script kiddies. Huh. I see. So like the group was real. Isn't really what most people think it is. Yeah, I can see that. Like, it was literally like really bizarre thing. Interesting, yeah. Like, I've always thought that it's just a bunch, like, you know how I was looking at it? In Poland, we've had the moment where we couldn't, where Polish people couldn't speak or use Polish language, so because, like, you know, we are getting occupied, right, during world wars. So basically we were not allowed to write in Polish, we were not allowed to speak Polish, but still Polish books were getting released. And the thing is that there was a name, Gal Anonym, and that was just a bunch of random people who had no connections to one another, using literally the same pen name and releasing bunch of their books under the same pen name. And you can see that one book with the same name has way different writing style to another book with the same pen name. So I thought that it was I've always thought that it's more or less like this. It's just like they've created this some sort of like fake persona, fake quote unquote group. And they've just been like hiding under this name, just so just so it would be like enclosed, right? Like there wouldn't be much like connectivity to like any kind of group or anything, because like, for example, like let's say some anonymous members would do way different random things compared to what, like, let's say original group would actually do. Also, even nowadays a lot of people claim to be anonymous because it's more like a movement. I see. Yeah, that would fit. Yeah, that would actually fit. But for me it's interesting actually. But you don't hear much about them anymore. I would guess that they've kinda disbanded, but I don't really know what happened with the actual Anonymous. And to be fair, like my vision kind of makes... To me, saying anonymous is just like saying you are a Redditor. It's not a group, no official leader or member, just a person in a certain community who managed to do something. I see. I see. That also makes a lot of sense. And fits a lot with what the Gal Anonym thing was. Like, it was literally just a group of people. Some books were just translations, some books were just written. How interesting that we went from art to Vocaloid to cybersecurity. I mean, we don't have this thing that we have to keep the topics we are talking about only to things that are happening on stream. I was always very open for talking about very random stuff like games, anime, even that. Like, because I'm very interested in many topics, and I'm also learning some stuff because let's say, for example, someone is more educated on certain topics than me. So I always like to listen to people. I like that, open conversations, yeah. There are streams where I've had like several conversations at the same time too. Like, someone was talking with me about the Renaissance, another person was talking with me about like some discoveries in psychiatry. Some people were talking, someone was talking to me about like a new game that was getting released. And all of that was happening at the same time on the stream. So, like, yeah. sometimes it might be like very chaotic, so I hope you all won't mind, but I really like that. I really like this way. Why does lactose-free cheese mozzarella have a more expensive version marked as lactose-free? Because someone just put lactose-free on the product and people are going to buy it because they are not aware that mozzarella is lactose-free. Ever heard of Alice in Wonderland syndrome? Very bizarre medical condition I have. I would say that my friend has it, but I've never really got to talk with her about it. But yeah, I heard about it. It's like, I mean, Alice in Wonderland was literally just... It's a story based on a real thing. Alice was actually there. Alice was real. It's not just a fairy tale. It's the Alice in Wonderland is actually a derivative of hyperphantasia, where which is, by the way, also a thing. Like, you might have imagination, but you might have it like very cranked up to the max, and like, or just no imagination whatsoever. And cranked up to the max imagination, which is called hyperphantasia, can actually cause being like it might cause you to daydream throughout the entire day, or you might actually have problems in splitting what's real and what's not. Like, that's actually more or less about that. Some would say that it might also be a derivative of schizophrenia, but I wouldn't say so. Like, schizophrenia it seems like a bit different than actually what Alice in Wonderland syndrome is. Personally, from differences I've noticed. I think it's just like, very problematic imagination, very problematic and invasive imagination. Alice Liddell, if I remember right, the girl, yeah, something like that. And they've literally wrote Alice in Wonderland. I think actually the person who wrote it was her psychiatrist. Do you ever have those moments too, where the whole world seems like full of literal NPCs who don't think? And there may be only a handful of people who's truly self-aware? Yes. Yes, I do. Like, they just... Literally, I see it in work, and I hear, like, as someone says, like, they are literally talking like two sleeper agents passing on informations one to another. The weather seems really dry. The cherries came out really sweet today. So yeah, that was that. Like, straight up, like, conversations like this, and I feel like I'm not in a real world. I'm literally in a PC software. Like, they are glitching out, or they are passing some weird ass codes and want to take over the company. Detachment and derealization is something a lot of certain folks experience now, including me. That's to be fair, I'm always really sad to hear that some people are you know, some people experiencing things that might come to be very, you know, might actually have very difficult, let's say, syndrome or something like that. I'm usually, it's actually affecting me quite a lot, you know, but I hope that it's not really as I hope it's not as invasive, because I know that some things like that might actually be more or less invasive. Also about the lollipops, yes, Zega, I've noticed literally what you've mentioned. The freaking lollipops. They're supposed to be bells. I'm really hoping that your case is not as invasive. No, they're a lollipop. I'm pretty much a hikikomori, so the realizations in such an environment don't happen often. That's good. I mean, it's a good thing to be hikikomori in those days, because at least you might have access to people on the internet. I feel like actually being completely detached from society, like, yeah, fuck outside people. Man, I wish I could just shut myself in. If I would have like a job that I would work only remotely, I would be a total shut-in. Like, I hate people that are outside. This is something you've mentioned, Zega. They are like, I know a profession. Like, I hate people in my city because every single person acts like they're entitled to everything. They are driving and literally they don't know how to stand properly in lines for parking. Like, every single car, one after another, taking 2 spaces. Like, why? Antisocial. Yeah, let's go. I'm functional, so that's good. I work from home and go out maybe once every few months. Hey, that's nice. That's nice. At least you have some, you know. At least you have some, you know, upsides. I really have to get something in. I'm actually thinking about lying in my resume, but in a way where I could just, you know, just attach something that people would say, how to say this, like, they would ask about it and I would be able to explain what I meant and be, like, saying half truth, for example. Like, at this point I feel like I won't get a job if I won't do that. And I've actually talked with a friend of mine and he said the same thing, like, just use half-truths. Just add something that seems like very, like, advanced and stuff. But as a matter of fact, like, you were just explaining how a printer works to a team leader or something like that. COVID fucked us up, true. A job interview is a conversation between 2 liars. So, actually, Zega, you think I should lie? Depends on what. like for example, doing the web dev, because I can do really nicely looking portfolio for web dev. I can make really nicely looking website, but I won't use the company standards, only HTML, JS, and CSS. Some lies don't hurt, yeah. Because, like, don't lie on things they can disprove on spot. Okay. Oh well. That'll be difficult then. I mean, theoretically, I won't make a lie. Hey, look at my portfolio, I've done this website myself. And who is the other party to? Like straight out, I don't think I would even lie, because I would say that I've been doing websites. That's not a lie. I've been doing websites that looks good. They would be able to see it. If it's a HR lady, you can fool her with technical bullshit. I see. I see. Like, to be fair, I found my old folder where I was making my own library of effects, like like navigators, different mechanics and stuff. Like, you know, just to smoosh together different websites, because I wanted to make also commissions from those, for those, but it didn't really fire up because I ended up doing things only for art, because I had no idea how I can get into that thing. But yeah, I guess I'll have to sit down and make several resumes then. You're almost at the point where you could do Blazor. Right, actually I already know a lot of stuff that, for example, are very similar to what I was doing with JS. If I would read already about some stuff from Blazor, I could technically get around some stuff already with the things I know, because switches, loops and stuff. You are right, you are like 100% right. So actually I can just read a little bit more about it and just put Blazor in, right? Like, you know, it's not... I also don't think that would be a lie, because I just won't be advanced in Blazor. Bread back food, alrighty. I just won't be very proficient in it. I just won't be advanced in it. So that's cool. Oh. That's cool. But yeah, I like, a lot of people were telling me that, like, just tell half-truths or straight-up lie in your resume. And I feel like it's actually needed. Like, there are jobs you can't, like, disprove or lie to. Like, for example, you can't lie portfolio. That's why I'm drawing portfolio. Like, although I haven't lied in my resume at all, I wasn't lying in my resume, never. Ever. Like, I was always trying to do, like, straight up truth. But yeah, we'll see. I can do that then. Maybe I'm going to get that job. That'll be cool. I would suggest you not go much into this, because this platform is your portfolio in a way. There would be a record of you considering the seat. I mean, but generally speaking, I think telling them you have more experience than you do without any solid specific lie. Just say you have passion and experience for different aspects. If you know a little bit, it is not a lie. I mean, it, I I don't want to deceit. That's the thing. I feel bad. I would feel bad doing a lie. Like I've never in my never in my CV. There was never a lie in my CV, in my resume. The experience I've had in my graphic design is true. Things I've done was true. I've actually was like, it's okay to sell yourself higher. Selling yourself higher. I don't know. Like, I really want to be honest with everyone about everything. Maybe, to be first, maybe I have some things that are, you know, like for example, we were about to have a team leader that was coming to us from, that was coming to my zone in warehouse, and I was literally doing an entire several day training for him. So that's already like, you know, I was literally training a team leader. That's already a thing. But I've just had, I was assigning it as a training employees. And I've heard that it's not right, because it matters what kind of employee you are apparently training. So not only normal employees, but also I have to also write that I was training literal team leaders. So that's literally, you know, that's... I think I'm actually underselling myself in that side. Like I'm not taking things the way I'm supposed to take things. So actually, I might actually lie, trying to be more truthful, because I'm not pointing out important things actually for myself. So you'll find a balance where you won't sell yourself short by being overly honest, and also do yourself justice by rightfully presenting good qualities. Yeah. But on the other hand, I feel like, again, I feel like lying or colorizing facts, as we are calling it, it's not good. I feel like we should all have equal chances by telling straight up things. Big stretch, yeah. Yeah. But to be fair, like, my friend from office showed me his resume, and he said, like, look, I wrote here that I've been training higher ups, but in fact it was just explaining how to print a sticker. So it is a huge stretch, right? But it was actually important fact actually, right? So I don't know, like I'm actually, I don't want to make deceit. I don't want to do bullshit. I don't want to lie straight up, but you know, I still want to apply with real informations, real data. Though it was just, I'm just saying that I feel like I'm cornered. I feel like... Are you stretching? Yes, I'm stretching a little bit, like my arms are going up. So yeah, like I know that, I mean, I'm not, for example, I'm not doing any big stretches on the way how I'm drawing. You can see that I like my character design, my, you know, my proportions, my everything is actually, you know, still on a high level, because it's comparable to my experience in that. So I'm really not doing any big stretches. I've been also working on projects where I was a project manager. Like I actually had to manage projects. I've had a team of artists under me. They are doing animations and stuff. So like the thing is that it's so weird because I feel like I'm really, like, considering my age, I feel like I'm really overqualified for a lot of stuff. At some point, there is a certain culture in jobs where everyone is lying at some point. When you are completely honest, you fall short of others if you don't want to compromise your morals. You have to be okay with seeing less than. I see. Yeah. The same friend told me that there's like actually a chart that the higher position you are at, the more you're lying. Surprisingly. Which is also sad. It's also sad. Because like in the end, like, they are using honest people that are actually supposed to be in their place because they know better. It's a cruel world, yeah. Like, here's the thing, I'm 25. I haven't went to any university because I had to start a job. And I've had no guidance whatsoever. How am I supposed to get that job? I've received some help from Zaga, which I'm really darn grateful for him. Like, Zaga is really one of the best people I've ever met, right? People who are honest and passionate have their opportunities taken away by other who bluff their skills. True. Like, also, I have a dude that is on a higher position than me. Zega the goat, yeah. He's lifesaver for all of people. But yeah, so I have a dude that is on one position higher, on a position one position higher than mine. So like by one. If I would be promoted, I would be at the same position as him. But it appears that he's stealing my projects. Everything I've done, ever since I've joined, he was assigning to himself. Even though he was a project manager. And he's supposed to give me guidance, but he was like straight up stealing my projects. Even though I'm working my ass off, doing like files in Excel, doing a lot of other stuff, he doesn't know Excel. That's the thing. And yet he's assigning my projects done in Excel, even though he has no abilities to work in there. He's assigning all of my projects to himself. And basically it appears like I'm not doing anything, and why am I goat? Because you are the best, man. You are the bestest, man. A lifesaver for a lot of people in a lot of topics. The wisest man alive. I have some based opinions. Yeah. It's a cruel world. If you want to survive, you have to work with and around it. Being entirely pure and naive in your passion will only get you taken advantage of. Don't do drugs, kids. The way you draw clothing is really nice to point out. Thank you. Yeah, I'm really trying my best to work things around with clothing and stuff. Too late. No, Muto. Don't. No. Way too late. Muto never told his age. Can be a secret grandpa too. Yeah. Muto, are you a secret grumps? A 22-year girl, what the fuck? Yeah. I mean, I was suspecting you for being a girl. It's 3 AM here, spooky hour. Ooh. Surprisingly, majority of my channel is actually made by women. We are learning some lore here. This new information, apologies then. I was suspecting Muto is a girl, to be fair. Oh, interesting. I said it before. Yeah, you already said it. So actually, wait, what I was talking about? Help! 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 ADHD final boss. That darn German is constantly walking after me. I can't shake it off. I don't remember. That darn German. That gosh darn German. Lily Floor? I mean, she's a succubus vampire. I don't know what hairstyle I can give her. Can demons be vampires? Aren't vampires demons? She's a succubus vampire. Also, in an hour I'm starting my shift, so I think I have to end the stream now. Because it's 17:03 already here. So yeah, I need to wrap up, prepare my desk for work, bring out the laptop, the work laptop, and put things out. Too bad I haven't really do much. Have a good day, Huion. Yeah. So thanks Muto, thanks Zega, me active chat on Twitch, thanks Unknown, Mana, Milo, Herzog, Dead Second Golden on being active chat on YouTube. As always folks, stay creative, I hope to see you all in the next one.